Hi Taurus, my ball gang, welcome to your quarter one, Q1 tarot reading with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. I just want to say a massive thank you so much for all of your support. And before we get into it, happy damn new year to you. And if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and it resonates, hit some of that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to give all of my decks a shuffle before we get started. And then we will get into the nitty gritty. What the universe has in store for us. Alright, so I'll say us, you. I'm not a Taurus. I could never be that awesome. Alright, so first triplet. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is going to be a period of work. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, but also a period of enjoyment. And you've got the High Priestess. So you are cultivating a brand new sense of self-trust, and you are cultivating a brand new working with and alongside your own intuition. What I really love about this for you is the Eight of Pentacles is like you're working hard, Nine of Pentacles, but you're also playing hard and enjoying the fruits of your labor. And with the High Priestess, you're looking at life in a way that really solidifies your inner, or like it solidifies your inner knowing. And so this triplet says to me that over the course of this first quarter of the year, over the first 3 months of the year, not only are you really working on the material level, but you're feeding that with your internal sort of energies. I can't really explain it any better than that. It's like you're using your soul energy to nourish the goodness in your life. And there's a lot of hard work here. Like, make no mistakes, you've got the Eight of Pentacles with the High Priestess. That's you working behind the scenes. There's a lot of hard work to be done. There's a lot of focus that, you know, you'll need to pull out of the bag. But there's nothing here to say that you're burning yourself out, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So you're taking your rest, you're enjoying the process. It's a fun and enjoyable process as well. And Nine of Pentacles with the High Priestess, you're refining your intuition. What's not to love here? For January, you have the Emperor card. So you come into the year really focused on manifesting, creating, commanding your space. Maybe even, you know, for some of you, this might even be about conquering a new arena. This might be about, you know, or some new corner of a market in your work or in your business or in your studies. Again, working very hard to manifest or create something real, to turn something, you know, maybe that's just been an idea or a hope or a desire or a wish into something practical and tangible. And it's like you're taking your personal power in hand and you're saying, you know what, this is mine and I'm going to do something with it, you know, that's going to be real. I'm going to see results here. You are extremely committed to what you're working on at this moment in time. The only thing that I will add to this is you might benefit from some kind of professional help, and that doesn't mean to say that, like, whatever you're working on you can't do yourself. It's just to say that you're very focused on doing this and making something real. Sometimes the best way is to rope in an expert or to get some outside help or a perspective. In your February, you have the Star card. This is about hope and optimism and joy for the future. Remember, this card is that glimpse into the future, and because you've got it underneath the High Priestess, this tells me that your future goals and dreams, the things that you're really working on and towards, are not only unfolding for you in a way that feels really aligned, but there's a trust there. There's an inner knowing, there's an inner trust in the universe. It's like, yes, I'm going to do all of the stuff to make this real, but also I'm keeping my eye fixed on the future and fixed on the prize. I know exactly where I'm going. As I'm talking about this and recording this right now, it's 11:11. There's your confirmation if you needed one. The other thing with the star card, I love this because although it's not the star, although it's not the sun, what is the sun? It's a star, right? So they are very, very similar. It's just that this one is more about understanding the hope after a really hard or dark period. And it's like a reminder that the sun is on its way, right? That it will always shine again. So hold on to that, right? In February, your hope is going to be rekindled anyway. And then as we come into March, you've got the moon card, right? So the moon card, there's a lot of lunar and nighttime energy here, which tells me that there are potentially some late nights. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. I've been a little unwell recently. Now, that moon card in March is a packed astrological month. There's so much going on at this time. So I want you to know that with the moon card, whatever comes up from the past, you are being asked to really pay attention to this, and also to ask yourself, now that this has come up, do I actually feel the same way about it, or am I just holding on to an old, like to a memory of some sort? The reason I say this is because you've got the High Priestess here, and you've got all of this with the Star card, and the feeling that I get from this is an echo of the past. It's not reality. It's just your mind or your psyche reacting to something the way that the old version of you would. So it's really, really important that you don't allow yourself to get sucked into or sideswiped by something that, quite frankly, doesn't deserve your time. Excuse me, sorry. Now, as it comes to your actions and options, you've got the Knight of Cups. You've got a lot of juicy, tasty offers for people. And I really like this because it's like you're going out there and you're saying, like, you know what, I want to partner up, I want to buddy up. I've got, like, you're really doing the work around creating and forging connections. And then because it's the Knight of Cups, it also suggests that whatever actions you're taking, whether this is work, love, you know, self-care, whatever the case might be, there are people that are wanting and willing and able to help you that are coming into your world at this time. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. This bodes very well for your finances, and it also bodes very well for your work life. If you are studying or in some form of academia, that Ace of Pentacles says you've got 1 year left before this becomes really financially viable. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is a new job that's likely to show up for you in the next, over the course of this next quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new job on the horizon. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is where you like fast track or enhance your earning potential by bringing new business into your business in, you know, whatever the way that happens in your work. And then finally, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, for you guys, I actually feel like this might be a new home. I feel like for a lot of Taurians that are sort of older, you might be really looking at, okay, you know what, I think it's time to start thinking about what the forever home looks like, where it's going to be, whether this is going to be it, you know, all of that kind of exciting stuff. For your love and relations, if you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, your Temperance card is really saying that you're bringing a lot more balance, fairness, and equilibrium to this relationship. You've got this with the High Priestess. I will say that some of you Taurians may have had either a heart-to-heart with a significant other, you know, not too long ago, or maybe something has come to light about a partner or something that they've shared with you, maybe something that you've learned in secret. And, you know, now you're going through the process of really healing the relationship to move things forward in some way. It's a really interesting card to have at this moment, just because of everything that surrounds it. And then when it comes to those of you that are single, basically, if you're single, the message here is that you're too single. And now you need to shift that. Like, yes, you got a lot to do. It's going to be a busy old time, lots of work and all the rest of it. But actually, you're also being encouraged to remember that there is a life beyond your work. And that, you know, once you move into the right vibrational state or sense of alignment for yourself, you know, once you feel like you're ready, the partners and the connections are going to start to show up. You just got to be in that space for them to find you. And then finally, you have the Five of Swords for your money and materials. Now, this is a card of arguments and disputes. So for those of you that are partnered, it's quite possible that it was a financial secret of some sort that came to light. And if that is the case, you know, it looks like you're doing the work to heal and mend whatever the problem or the issue was. So there's no issues here. That's the way that I see it. Now, what I will say is when it comes to your money and your finance specifically, there are potentially some hard conversations that will need to be had about money. And I actually feel like this comes from either a parent, somebody that's like in what would be considered a position of authority in some way. And I don't see this as being a problem with you with your finances. I actually feel like this is you kind of setting the record straight to say like, hang on a sec, you know, actually this is how things are, rather than, you know, whatever. You got to be prepared to fight for it, right? The money that you need, that you desire, is absolutely there. You just got to be prepared to be, you know, not ruthless, but a little bit sort of harder to get it. All right. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is your nervous system. So I want you to take extra good care of that. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. This is not a diagnosis. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, the Five of Swords it can potentially be a dispute over the home or the living situation. And I feel like it's because for a lot of you, this is likely to change. And it may happen soon. If you're going in to buy or to purchase a house or to sell a house or whatever, just make sure that your contract negotiations are solid. And if you're going to buy a home, that Five of Swords, don't get into a bidding war. So when you go in to put your offer in and all the rest of it, just go in and say, look, this is what I'm willing to pay. End of story. You know, I'm not doing any of this back and forth. For your key to the, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. You've got the Gate 56 and Storyteller. And the message behind this card is that the stories that you've gathered over a lifetime end up becoming really useful information that you've gathered that can help you navigate the situations and the experiences that arise for you over this time. You have to remember that you are the storyteller of your life, and so what story you tell yourself is or isn't acceptable is exactly what will shape up for you. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so on the link in the description box below. Take care, and I'll see you soon.